an 8 on Your Side investigation. They've fessed up. So now what?
Yeah, now what? Pasco County charged way too much for water, but the fight over refunds will cost taxpayers even more. 8 on Your Side blew this case wide open, and we are not letting up. The county admits to making some major mistakes calculating the water bills.
But cleaning up this mess, it's going to cost big bucks. And guess who's paying for it? Yeah, you, the taxpayer. 8 on Your Side investigator Shannon Benkin joins us now to explain, and I guess probably should have seen this coming, huh?
That's right. Cha-ching. Get used to that sound because Pasco County is going to have to spend a lot of money to get out of this mess. Now, taxpayers have to pay consultants, hire additional staff, and fork over thousands of dollars in refunds.
Something stinks at Pasco County Utilities, and it's coming from this Inspector General audit. Pasco meter readers skipped reads and recorded water usage way too high, leading to thousands of dollars in overbilling.
87% of the 701 accounts tested included bills that reflected inaccurate read dates or inaccurate usage for the period stated on the printed bills.
8 on Your Side first shined a light on ridiculously high water bills last October. Hundreds of complaints, including an eye-popping monthly bill for more than $3 grand. 10 months later, this damning audit.
We determined that the policies and procedures were inadequate and inconsistent for meter reading, the billing process, and management oversight.
Utilities management has until March 16th to clean up this mess, and it's going to cost you a consultant to the tune of $170,000, plus 6 temporary employees making a whopping $16 an hour, not to mention the potentially thousands of dollars in refunds to customers who basically handed over tax-free loans to the county. And don't forget the already more than $9 million for this state-of-the-art new building. Fed-up water customers are fuming all over the county, especially after utility boss Bruce Kennedy had the nerve to let this slip.
John used to bug the heck out of me and said, when are you going to get that building done? Put an extra 5 cents on there on the rates and let's go for it.
Oh, really? Today I went back to that fancy new building to get answers, but no one's talking.
How the county is going to fix the problem and make sure this doesn't happen again.
There's still a lot of unanswered questions, but Louise Gritman, on the verge of getting rid of a bill for thousands, is thankful.
It just goes to show if you see something really wrong being done, you should push it a little bit. And I'd like to thank you, Shannon. Without you and your follow-up and your contacts, I don't know what would have happened.
The county spokesman sent me an email today saying officials won't be talking to me on camera, explaining that they've already said all they have to say at yesterday's commission meeting. So it looks like we're going to have to keep digging to get those answers.
All right, so go back to the refunds for a second, because people who obviously feel they overpaid, what do they do now?
Well, that's the really frustrating part because the county keeps telling us, tell them to call the utilities department, we'll look at their bill, but they already did that. They did it 10 months ago, and that's why we had to get involved. So we're going to have to keep watching this and see who actually gets refunds and how much.
No definite on who will, for sure. You just have to call and find out.
That's right.
Thank you, Shannon.
Now, an 8 on Your Side investigation.
But I would like to speak with her because she's the boss.
They fessed up, but they will not face our cameras. Pasco County officials admitted to overcharging water customers. Now they're dodging 8 on Your Side. But we are not going to let this slide.
Yeah, customers are still waiting on their refunds, and taxpayers deserve to know that this won't happen again. So 8 on Your Side's senior investigative reporter, actually our investigative reporter Shannon Benkin, has been relentless on this story. And I don't know why the county doesn't want to talk to you. You seem likable enough. You're easygoing. I hope it's not personal.
Well, I guess they just don't want to answer our questions.
Maybe.
And we do have a lot of questions. Why is no one from the county taking responsibility? How did this happen? And will these customers ever get their money back?
Welcome to day 3 of 8 on Your Side's frustrating quest for answers about the Pasco County water bill audit.
I'm Shannon with Channel 8.
We want to know why meter readers skipped reads, recorded the wrong numbers, and overcharged by thousands. But not one official is in the talking mood. Not Bruce Kennedy, the head of utilities.
Not today. He's that busy, huh?
Not the number 2 man, Craig McCandless.
He's not available right now.
Did she say when he's going to be available?
No.
And not their boss, the county administrator.
I was trying to reach Michelle Baker.
I left my number everywhere I went.
I'll also send it over to Doug Tobin. He's
Okay.
our public information officer.
Yep. He's already told me no, but
Okay.
but I would like to speak with her because
Okay.
she's the boss.
Not even county spokesman Doug Tobin would come out of his office. He called to refer me to an email. We said everything we had on this at the public meeting. Yeah, not really. 8 on Your Side exposed billing problems last October, including an eye-popping bill for $3,000. 10 months later, an inspector general audit confirms a big mess.
87% of the 701 accounts tested included bills that reflected inaccurate read dates or inaccurate usage for the period stated on the printed bills.
Cleaning it up will cost taxpayers even more. Cha-ching, a consultant for $170,000. Cha-ching, 6 temporary employees making $16 an hour. Cha-ching, potentially thousands in refunds. No one will talk, but at least they have this fancy new building to hide out in. Oh yeah, that cost taxpayers $9 million.
John used to bug the heck out of me is, when are you going to get that building done? Put an extra 5 cents on there on the rates and let's go for it.
We're sure he was joking, but taxpayers don't find all of this spending and overbilling all that funny.
The county recommends anyone with a billing problem call the utilities office, but 8 on Your Side's Facebook page is lit up with customers who say that they are doing that and they're getting nowhere. And remember, it was all of this attention that got this going, people saying that they were doing that, they were reaching out and they weren't getting anywhere, and they're still not.
And just to be clear, you're being respectful in your questioning here, but you're being relentless as well. And you almost have to be, as you pointed out, because it's taken a while for anything to really get resolved here. So what's the time frame for the refunds?
Well, that's what all of the customers want to know, and that's what we're trying to find out for them. And they say they keep calling, they're not getting anywhere, and they're just not giving us any answers as far as who's getting refunds and when they're going to get that money.
Or any rhyme or reason to it, it sounds like.
No,
Thank you, Shannon.
Now, Pasco County spokesperson actually told us he wants people to read the entire report and judge for themselves. We are all for that. If you want to see it, we've got the whole thing, all 116 pages of it, on our website at WFLA.com.
Now, an 8 on Your Side investigation. Water bill blow up.
The same old explanation isn't working for Pasco County commissioners this time. They're fed up with Pasco utilities, and so are customers charged too much for water. We're talking about single-family homes, some with $3,000 water bills. And when utility heads faced off with commissioners, they got an earful.
They sure did. 8 on Your Side investigator Shannon Benkins spoke to the head of Pasco County Utilities, who insists even after an audit, customers are just trying to get out of paying.
This much water usage over 18 days.
Pasco County commissioners are tired of hearing about Louise Gritman's outrageous water bill for more than $3,000. And they're tired of the utility department's tired answers.
Let's move on and just get to the solution.
Our 8 on Your Side investigation into unexplainable bills led to a 10-month inspector general audit that revealed thousands in overbilling. Still, smugness.
You and your team have to realize you're not in the utility business, you're in the customer service business, and I'd like to make a motion that we wipe her bill clean for that month. We don't charge her anything except for this.
That didn't happen yet, but commissioners are demanding action.
Somebody needs to be held accountable. I don't know how else to say it.
So
we're held accountable to the taxpayers. The team needs to be held accountable if they're not doing their job.
Mr. Kennedy.
Hi. Meanwhile, utilities head Bruce Kennedy could no longer hide from our cameras.
No one has stepped up and said, hey, we messed up.
Well, I don't think we messed up.
Something this high profile that's caused all of these problems cost the taxpayers $300,000, and no one's stepping up, no one's taking accountability. Why not?
You know, I don't know the answers to those questions. I think you need to ask someone else.
But you're the boss.
I don't know the answer to what you're referring to.
Some boss.
Our Facebook page is lit up with people who are steaming mad about this. Some people are saying that you or someone on your staff should step down.
7 days a week. It's nonstop. And I
don't have any comment on that.
Gritman cornered him too.
For confirming a meter is functioning accurately.
Right.
Her fight's not over, but she finally feels her side is growing.
We've been fighting for a year with nobody on our side except you, Shannon, and 8 on your side. But it's nice to have the commissioners on our side also.
Several of the county commissioners wanted to wipe that big bill down to zero and take all of the others back to their normal monthly average. But the county attorney advised them to wait until they have a new county ordinance. That process could take several weeks or even several months. Shannon Bankin, 8 on your side.
With an update to an 8 on your side investigation. For 14 months, we've been fighting high water bills for the people of Pasco County. Well, tonight we can tell you big changes are coming, and they're coming at the top. In fact, 2 top managers who were adamant about their department's bills being correct are leaving the county.
Bruce Kennedy, the Assistant County Administrator for Utilities, and Craig McCandless, Customer Service Administrator, both out the door tonight. News Channel 8's Shannon Bankin has not let up, demanding accountability for systemic overbuilding. Tell us more, Shannon. This is a big deal.
It is, and from the beginning, I vowed to keep asking the tough questions and stay on your side. And now I have a resignation letter in my hand, and the Utilities Department is getting a major shakeup.
Until the end, Bruce Kennedy, Pasco County's top utility boss, stuck by his fuzzy math.
Well, I don't think we messed up.
Even after an 8 on your side investigation into an unexplainable more than $3,000 water bill, enough water to fill up 17 railroad cars, Kennedy remained arrogant.
Put an extra 5 cents on there on the rates.
But today he left the county for good, retiring his position as top utility boss. And his number 2 man, Craig McCandless, resigned, effective today, saying he wants better pay and working conditions. The departures are a big change from this response in September.
And no one's stepping up, no one's taking accountability. Why not?
You know, I don't know the answers to those questions. I think you need to ask someone else.
But you're the boss.
I don't know the answer to what you're referring to.
That's interesting, considering county spokesman Doug Tobin tells me this retirement was planned years ago. Our investigation uncovered hundreds of complaints of unexplainable high water bills.
What are we supposed to do?
That led to an inspector's general audit that found the Utilities Department in crisis. Systematic overbilling, meter readers skipping reads, and even turning off alarms that would alert of leaks. Paula O'Neill told me by phone the county is ready for a new era in utilities. Quote, Pasco's utility department will be great one day. They are now moving toward putting their emphasis on customer service. Louise Gritman, with the big bill that started it all, is happy to see this management team go.
In a way, it sort of looks like they're running away, which is what they did from day one. They ran away from us. They wouldn't talk to you. They wouldn't talk to us. They wouldn't adjust the bill.
Bruce Kennedy's job is already filled, and county officials plan a job search to find a replacement for Craig McCandless's position. Meanwhile, the Utilities Department is still combing through complaints and trying to determine which customers should receive payment adjustments.
Well, in the meantime, this whole ordeal cost a lot of money. So what about the cost of consultants and now replacing these 2?
It is all adding up. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're talking $300,000 just for a consultant to come in and tell them how to fix this mess, plus the job search, as you mentioned. So all of this could have been avoided if they had just looked at this and took a closer look at the bill and maybe done the right thing early.
You know, when you first started this story, one of the first sound bites that you got, you played, I don't think we messed up. That's what they said. Here we are 14 months later. We have 2 big resignations. People are now getting the refunds or the credits they were due, so a good job.
And the top guys, though, they still say it. We didn't mess up.
Well, you know, and yet we see the results, and hopefully things are getting better for the people of Pasco County because 8 on your side got involved. Thank you, Shannon.
Well,